Hello everyone, Garth Delican here. I'm an expert on personal safety awareness for women and also self-defense, and this week I'd like to give you one of my top tips, and it's surrounding cell phones and mobile phones. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is if you live in a built-up area, like you live in a city like London or New York, and you're travelling on the subways or the undergrounds or the tube stations, and it's late at night, or it might be the early hours of the morning, you've been out with your friends, maybe you're a little bit worse for wear, you're not paying attention. What happens when you come up those escalators at night, and as soon as you get into the foyer of the train station or the tube station, your phone goes off, doesn't it? Bleep, 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 bleep. And it's like a beacon. It's like letting somebody know, oh, there's somebody there with a mobile phone. And if there's an opportunist out there who is looking for somebody who's a bit unwary or had a little bit too much to drink than they should have done, be a bit worse for wear, you're going to be a target, aren't you? So what I always suggest, if you're travelling on the underground or the tube or any kind of rail network where there's no signal, when you're coming up the escalators and it's late at night or the early hours of the morning and you might be slightly worse for wear, the best thing to do is to have your phone on silent. So have it on vibrate. So if you get any messages, the phone will vibrate. You can check your messages. And I always suggest, before you come out into the street, to check your messages in the foyer of the tube station or the train station or the underground while the staff's still around or while there's people still walking around. And if you need to make a call or to get in touch with somebody, do it while you're in the foyer of the tube station or the underground station. That way you've got people around you, you feel secure, you can have your back against a wall so you can actually see if there's anybody coming towards you. But never in the early hours of the morning, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, especially if you're worse for wear, have that telephone glued to your ear and just be not paying any attention to the world. That's one of the worst things you can do. Or if you are speaking to somebody, actually keep your eyes open and make sure you're kind of looking around so nobody can sneak up behind you. So that's my tip for this week. If you're travelling on the underground, make sure your phone is on silent for when you're coming out of the station. If you're coming up the escalators, your phone can vibrate and you can pick up your messages. If you need to make any calls, make them while there's people still around, while there's staff in the ticket office maybe, make them from the foyer of the station. Don't walk down the street in the wee small hours, worse for wear, with a phone glued to your ear and not paying any attention to your surroundings, because that's a recipe for disaster. Now, if you'd like to book me for a corporate workshop, you can message me on LinkedIn, and I do many of these workshops for corporates and they've been really successful. And apart from talking about safety tips, I also teach you what I affectionately call a few funky moves that require no special strength or technique that anybody can use, that buys you 2 or 3 seconds to get to that place of safety. Alternatively, if you'd like to book me for an event and you'd like to have me as your speaker, you can hire a venue and hire me as your speaker, and I'll be more than glad to do that. And you can invite your friends and family and colleagues. You can message me on LinkedIn, or you can email me, and my email is garth@thedelicanway.com. That's garth@thedelicanway.com. And remember, like I always say, it's better to be safe than sorry, and I'd rather be paranoid than hurt or injured. So stay safe out there, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all next week. Bye for now.